Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Time to start a new project. We have a 1967 Lunar Green truck, 1967, my favorite year, and my wife's favorite color. Let's go dig into it. All right, everyone, that's right. We're starting a new project, and this one is for my wife, Greta. I don't think she's ever been on the channel. She doesn't really like the camera, so she might not talk very much, but we're going to take the lead on this one and get her a truck built. It's been back, I guess it was Mother's Day in May. Last year, I surprised her with this truck. We picked it up when I picked up a 240 for the Southwestern Bell truck and brought the truck home as a little package deal. And we're going to walk around this truck, and I want to show it to you guys. I don't think we did a walk around whenever I got it, so I wanted to show you guys. It's basically the engine out of this truck is what powered the Southwestern Bell truck when I sold it. It was rebuilt and pulled out of this truck, and they never finished the project. Somebody used the glass, the windshield for target practice. We started stripping out the interior a little bit, but it's basically been sitting for quite a long time. I can't remember what the last tag was. 2013, but it was a black tag, so that means not used. So I don't really know the last time it was used. It was sold new in South Dakota. It's South Dakota, right? And it came to Oklahoma sometime in the 90s, I think. We actually had to fix the title on this thing. The VIN number was wrong, and the Oklahoma title people, or whoever runs the titles in Oklahoma, they back searched it on when this truck came to Oklahoma and found that it was inputted wrong whenever they did the transfer from South Dakota to Oklahoma. So we got that changed, but I think they found a date on it. I should have wrote it down. It was like mid 90s or early 90s. It's pretty rust free. There's some spots in the fenders, like always. The cab mounts are pretty solid. There's starting to be a little spots. It's kind of right in that borderline area of good enough or tear it down and redo it all. So we're kind of still working our way through that part yet. The main thing with this episode is going to be tear down and just kind of figure out what we got and what we need to do. We are going to do a four-wheel drive conversion on this, like we always like to do on this channel. I think we're going to do a Kinser chassis parts on this. I'm not sure how deep we're going into the Kinser stuff. They have some new parts that they're working on, and we're going to see if that fits our goals with this project. But at bare minimum, we're going to be using their crossmember kit and their engine mount kit, and we're planning on a 7.3 Godzilla on this one. So we have a little bit modern power plant and increase the power and reliability, hopefully, with this thing, and mileage and drivability. So automatic four-wheel drive should be a good driver for my wife here to drive back and forth to town. And I guess we're going to leave the patina, and we'll see what we get into. But for now, I think we're just going to get into dive into it and start tearing this thing down, and we'll see what we got. Getting into the disassembly, and I noticed something, so I wanted to jump in here and show you guys before we got it all apart. The inner fender here, the way all this assembles, the inner fender, this is part of it here, and it's on top of this upper valance, as they call it. And typically, I only see that on San Jose trucks. This is a Minneapolis truck. This is the first Minneapolis truck I've had since it's from South Dakota. That makes sense. But I guess Minneapolis made them like San Jose did, and they put the inner fender lip thing on top. Most of the trucks around here that I have are Kansas City trucks, and the upper valance is on top of the inner fender. Over here on this truck, yeah, it's built that way. It's on the upper valance is on top of the inner fender, although this one's been apart before, so you can't really trust that. But I don't think this one's been apart. So just something interesting I saw. I've seen people say before that this is evidence that it's been apart if they're not reassembled this way. But I've seen trucks that I know 100% have not been apart where this is on top of that other piece. So not really good indicator if something's been blown apart or not. I don't think this one has, so that's leads me to believe that whoever put this one together on the day they did in Minneapolis, they put it together this way. So just something interesting I wanted to point out. Let's get back to tearing this thing down. Alright guys, so apparently I had my microphone off when I filmed this, so I don't have all the audio on this, so I'm going to do a voiceover here and try to describe what I'm looking at here. Right here I'm showing the spot in the cab mount that is just barely bad enough that I want to replace it. It's double layered there, so it's starting to come out there on that outer layer, but it's still holding the truck up, so you know, this could, you know, be years and years before it causes an issue where the cab starts to collapse. But since we're blowing it apart, I'm going to go ahead and replace it. And here I'm showing the floor pans the previous owner did. I think this was done at some point whenever they did the engine out, because I don't think this was ever finished completely. And coloring under here, you can see they replaced part of the inner rocker right there with some very poor welds. And I'm going to cut all that out and redo that in here because it's just not welded together very good, and the floor pan actually doesn't touch the cab mount along there where it's supposed to, so it's not properly holding up the cab. So I'm going to redo all of that while we have the thing blown apart. And then here the floor brace, it is rotten out there where these things like to collect dirt, so I'm going to cut those out on both sides. And then we have a cab corner back there I need to redo. This one back here looks good. We'll inspect it more whenever I get the cab off of the frame. But those are some problem areas we have to address. I think this outer cab corner is good. The other one has some spots. We're going to have to put a outer cab corner in it, I think, on the other side. But overall, this truck is in pretty good shape. Right here, what would you call that? The door jamb area. They cut that out and didn't really repair it very good. So I think I'm going to try to patch that up a little bit better out of a donor cab, or get some patch panels and try to fix that up so it is correct. And we're getting all the dash apart here and getting everything out to so we can do rust repair without having to worry about any kind of damage. The insulation under that fire pad likes to catch on fire and smolder, so it's good to get that out of there before you do any welding. Right there I was showing the add-on radio. Since this truck is a 67, there's no aftermarket radios that fit without modification. And I thought about maybe sending that off and seeing if we can get it made into a Bluetooth radio. But I might just put a hidden Bluetooth radio in it and take that out. But I thought that aftermarket add-on radio was kind of neat. We do have the radio delete plate for this truck that is a Lunar Green that was originally on this truck. I'm going to repaint the firewall. It's pretty, the paint on it's pretty wasted. I'm going to paint the firewall and the upper cowl area there, so that's all looks nice and fresh. Not sure why I was pointing over there, but I'm just guessing what I was trying to say here. I am going to do the inner fenders, but these are in really good shape. But right here, there's a spot. I'm just going to put new ones in it. These are probably good enough you could patch together for something if it wasn't, you weren't trying to make just a perfect nice truck. So I'm going to put these in storage and hold on to them because they're really good shape other than those spots right there where they attach to the cowl. So I'm going to hang on to those. The front core support is rotten out on the bottom, so we're going to get a new one of those and just have a new one there for that as well. I think it's actually even good under the battery tray, which is a very common rust spot. on these things. Right there you can see the rust on the core support, and right there on the other side. It's just easier to replace these things, so since you can buy a new one and it bolts right in. Greta's working on something here. I think she's getting that bolt out of the fender that's hidden in the door jamb area. It's kind of a pain to get to. So we're going to continue tearing this thing down. All right, we got the cab picked up off of the frame, and gonna start doing rust repair on it. This spot here surprised me, or not surprised me, but wasn't really planning on that, but looks like we're gonna be cutting out the outer cab corners. This little spot there that we found after we got the cab up. I am gonna have to do this inner cab corner here, so I guess it makes sense. The other side seems to be pretty good shape. But then we got our floor brace here. We're gonna cut this out and redo that. It's had floor pans put in it previously. They overlapped it and left the bottom seam open. I'm probably gonna come in here and weld all this while we got it apart. And I have a rocker panel here to fix. They did a repair over here when they did floor pans last, and unfortunately didn't do a very good job. So I think I'm gonna be redoing this. And they left a big old gap here where the cab mount mates up to the floor. And then our cab mounts themselves are have seen better days. So got some rust repair on it. Overall, not too bad, but I'm gonna get it off the lift. We're gonna take it out and pressure wash it, and then gonna take it off the lift. I'm gonna try standing the cab up on end and doing the rust repair standing up instead of like underneath it or on the floor. So we'll give that a shot. All right, so we got the cab set up on the back here, and I've been working away at the rust repair, trying to get it as far along as I can. I have the old cab mounts, the spot welds cut off, and they're off of the cab there, and everything's kind of cleaned up there. And I've come along here, the seam, and I've welded that up all the way around on these floor pans, so we don't have just an open seam there. And there's these spots here where they ran a tech screw through the floor. I still have to weld those up yet. There was a rust hole right here that I'm going to patch with a plug, and we have one right here in this corner. I'm going to try to cut this out and patch that. But I've also got the rocker right here cut out, and I have to make a patch right here. I want to try to treat everything inside of here as best I can, because it's kind of rusted and pitted here, but hopefully we can treat that and get any kind of corrosion stopped in there, and it won't cause any problems on the rocker on the inside of the door jamb. Right here, I've been kind of debating on what to do here with this piece. It just wasn't done very good, and I want to do it correctly. I mean, it gets the job done. I'm not knocking the guy for that, but I just want to make it look nicer. Even though this is on the bottom of the truck, you know, it's just going to bug me. So I'm going to cut it out here. It goes all the way up inside the cab, but I think we're going to leave that, and I'm going to cut it along here and just redo this piece instead of trying to save this one. I think it's a little bit thinner gauge than the originals were anyway, so I'm going to see what I do there, and I need to add a little piece to support the floor pan here. They had a piece of angle iron here, but it was not welded on in the correct spot, and the floor pan was up too high, and it caused that gap right there with the cab mount. And I have our replacement cab mounts here. So they're going to go in here like so, and I'm going to get that floor pan pushed down to where it's flush with that cab mount, and then weld it along the rocker there. So hopefully all that goes together nice and doesn't fight me too bad. I think it can cause some problems depending on how this floor pan was welded in. So you can see I left this up here, so hopefully this doesn't cause us issues and I can kind of move it where I need it to go. Started on the floor braces here. This is the first time I've actually done a repair on these. As common as it is for these to rot out, the trucks I've done rust repair on, I've been lucky and they haven't been that bad. So I'm kind of learning that these are kind of a pain. There is an option of getting this whole piece, which you have to find all the spot welds and drill them out all the way, but then you don't have to worry about mating stuff up here and welding it. So I'm trying it this way. I have little patches. Right here is one of the patches for that. And we'll see if we can get that welded in there. Going back now and looking at all of this, I considered in the beginning, I probably should have did the whole floor. It's a pricey unit. You can get the whole floor assembly. It's like $1,300. It's, you know, more up front, but it saves you time on the back end. You have to cut out everything on the floor, and that's going to take you more time. But I think the end result is going to be a lot nicer. And like stuff like up here where I'm worried about the rust pitting and stuff in there, that's all going to be new and taken care of, so you don't have to worry about it. So we're learning lessons here along this, but hopefully I can get everything taken care of here. It's just going to be a little bit more of a more labor, and we might save a few bucks here, and we can spend it on something else down the road on this project, because this one is going to be a little bit steep on the price standpoint, but it's going to be a great truck, and we're planning on keeping this one forever, so you might as well make it nice the first time instead of trying to cheap out and then end up spending twice as much down the road. So I'm going to whittle away at this stuff. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the cab corners with the thing on the pallet here. I might flip it back over and put it back on the lift, because these are really nice to do when it's on the lift and you know it's above you where you can work on it, so down here on the floor. Or I might pick it up with the forklift and try to do that there. But overall, I want to get everything that's on the bottom side of the cab done, and I'm going to take this to my sandblaster, and he's going to blast the bottom of the cab. And he just started doing bed liner, so not like your at-home Raptor liner stuff like I did on the Ultimate Crew cab, but he actually has the actual bed liner stuff, I think, and it's going to be like a thicker product and a more durable product, and hopefully it will kind of insulate the cab and do a little sound deadening and keep this thing a little quiet. We're still going to do sound deadener on the inside, but I think having that layer of bed liner on the bottom is going to help keep things a little nicer and quieter in the cab and kind of make it a more pleasant place to be in. So I'm going to start whittling away at this rust repair. I have a lot to do. It's going to take me a long time. I'm probably not going to film it because I'm trying to get it done as quick as I can. And we've done rust repair a lot on this channel in the past. And I'm not the best how-to guy with this stuff because I just kind of fumble my way through it. So I'm going to get this stuff knocked out, and we'll pick up back on this project probably when we start working on the chassis. I have a few companies that are lined out for awesome stuff for this chassis. I can't wait to show you guys. I can't fill you in just yet. But be looking for the next episode on this truck, and hopefully we'll have some awesome goodies here to start on that chassis to convert it to 4-wheel drive, convert it to 8-lug, and we'll have a really awesome beefy chassis for this Lunar Green project. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I wanted to share with you guys a little teaser of what we're wanting this truck to look like when it's done. So here that is, just AI rendering of what I have envisioned for this truck in the future whenever we get done with it. So if you want to see me complete that thing, give me a subscribe, give me a like if you like this truck. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.